అదరగొట్టే కారం రంగు రుచి ఆచి కారం పొడి.
Good morning, everyone. So, first time Vizag visitors, raise your hand. Good. I hope you're getting time to enjoy the city. I think the city has a lot to offer. So thank you, Datri, for doing the context setting, and I would like to thank all the panelists for being here, taking time off your busy schedule. Our former President of India, Abdul Kalam ji, said, "You have to dream before your dreams can come true." If you look at it, we have a Chief Minister who's a dreamer. In the 90s, he spoke about one house, one IT professional. Today, he's talking about one house, one entrepreneur. And that is the cornerstone of the activity that we are now trying to do here in Andhra Pradesh. So, under the leadership of all the panelists here and their feedback, we are now looking at a very decentralized approach of nurturing talent, of incubating their ideas, and ensuring that these ideas actually get executed in the field. If you look at it, great companies were never founded in fancy offices. They were founded out of the sheer passion, fire of an entrepreneur who believed that there is a problem in society that they are supposed to solve. And there are quite a few entrepreneurs here who have done that in their journey. This is exactly what we want to harness. We want the industry to guide, nurture, and create a platform for these entrepreneurs to implement their ideas. And as a government, we are focused on matchmaking. So it's about entrepreneurs on one side, it's about the venture capitalists, the private equity players on one side, and then government doing the entire facilitation, even with educational institutions. So this is the core fulcrum of what we're trying to achieve in RTIH. Yes, we've had a 5-year pause, but at times a refresh is a good idea. So our entire innovation ecosystem, this time around, we believe that it should be led by the private sector, and that will make this more sustainable. It will stand the test of time and politics, and that is what we are here to achieve. Under the leadership of Datri, we are also working at how can Andhra Pradesh government be a platform of innovation. Unlike other governments, we have tremendous amount of data. And we have a leadership that is really excited about trying new ideas. So the GovTech platform is here, offered to budding entrepreneurs. They can work on it, they can look at data, they can look at how can they come up with new solutions. And then of course, take that to greater part of India and of course to the world. Some ideas that we are now working on is as simple as during floods, how can we deliver relief using drones effectively? That's one solution, the idea. The other idea that we're working on is water management. All of you know that moving irrigation, water through irrigation department is a very expensive process. It's very energy intensive. The idea is how can we use predictive, looking at rainfall, which basin will get how much rainfall in the next 1 month. Based on that, how much water should I move to which basin? So these are very simple ideas, but these are ideas that then entrepreneurs like you can harness and build on it. And we believe that government should play a very important role in terms of enabling the entire ecosystem. I'm looking forward to hearing from entrepreneurs on the dais, to all the funders, partners on the dais, to look at how can we create a more sustainable, private-led ecosystem. Because honestly, if you look at our peers, states that have had head start, they're all private-led ecosystems, and they've done exceptionally well. And I'm sure entrepreneurs here can vouch for it. So I'm looking forward to working with you on one, incubating it, executing on the entire ecosystem, to also giving us feedback on the areas that you would like to see improvement on. So I'm working with partners here, especially with Rajesh here, on looking at how do we reduce the cost of logistics. How do we look at making even a micro entrepreneur a lot more successful. So Rajesh's expertise comes from logistics. And we're taking his input on how can I make a trucker a more successful entrepreneur. So entrepreneurship is a bit glorified with IT alone. I believe that's just one part of the entire equation. There's a lot more that we can do. There's a lot more that we can achieve across board. There's a lot of activity happening with a trucker, with an entrepreneur in food processing. So these are things that are actually very exciting for us as a state. We are looking at how can we make, a person who's an entrepreneur who's making 50,000 rupees a month, make 1 lakh rupees a month. Someone who's making 5 lakh rupees revenue, 50 lakh rupees. I think that's the exciting part, and I believe that's the only way that Andhra Pradesh can move from being a $180 billion economy to a $2.4 trillion economy. So we are really excited to work with entrepreneurs here, and RTIH is ready to work with you, look at even structural reforms as a state. We are willing to look at every law that is there. We're willing to rewrite every law that is there to ensure that you not only have a soft landing, but you actually thrive in this ecosystem. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister, for setting that forward-looking roadmap for us. With that, may I now call upon our co-chair for the session and Honorable Minister for MSME, Shri Kondapalli Srinivas Garu, to please deliver his keynote address.
Very good morning. I'm very honored to share the dais with my beloved leader, Sri Nara Lokesh Garu. Very passionate, very energetic, and handful of guidance for young leaders like me. Thank you so much, sir. And also, with due respect, I would like to recognize the panelists as well. Good morning. I only have 5 minutes, but I want to brief about what is the entire concept, how is it being built by Honorable Chief Minister. Honorable Chief Minister believes that Indians do have a lot of vision on the entrepreneurship, because back from Satavahanas, he believed that a lot of import and exports were happening in India. He believes that genetically we have this concept of entrepreneurship in Indians, because he has seen a lot of Indian leaders across the globe. 30 years ago, Honorable Chief Minister believed that IT is going to be the future and Indians should take the profession of IT. But now he believes that we have the global leaders, global connect. He wants to promote entrepreneurship in a big way. He called for a concept of one family, one entrepreneur in a big way. For that, he wants to build an ecosystem where every entrepreneur who want to start an entrepreneurship, or who is an existing entrepreneur who want to get a support from the government and the industry and the university as well. So for that, he has empaneled RTIH, Ratan Tata Innovation Hub, where every budding entrepreneur and the existing entrepreneur get a good hand-holding system. For a new entrepreneur, there is a startup ecosystem that is being built with the help of the corporates who have taken this as a big challenge along with the government to do it in a big way. For this, we have taken a hub and spoke model, with hub being the Amravati and the spokes being in 5 different zones in Andhra Pradesh. Each zone will have a spoke led by one of the corporate, which is going to get all the industries together in that spoke, in that zone, and try to understand what kind of support can be given to these industries. And they're also linking the universities existing in that zone and trying to get the support to the industry from the university as well. And for the budding entrepreneurs, this spoke is going to conduct the startup hackathons and connecting the universities, getting the students together, and any entrepreneur, budding entrepreneur who has a startup ecosystem, who has a startup and who has an IPR is going to get a virtual funding concept from this spoke. And the hub is actually going to coordinate all the spokes in a big way. So the concept is as such is in a big way to say, but we have to start somewhere, and this is where, with the guidance of Honorable Minister Nara Lokesh Ji, under the IT Ministry has taken it in a big way. He was able to motivate all the big corporates and get them into this ecosystem so that proper guidance will be given to the budding entrepreneurs and the new existing entrepreneurs as well. And I should clearly say that this ecosystem will really buzz the industry as well, because any problem in the existing industry can be reached here, discussed here, and what is the latest technology can be, what is the problem that can be resolved in that specific to the industry can be discussed and resolved. And there is a scope for private, R&D centers to empanel in this RTIH as well. There's so much to say, because world is, we have to build a better world tomorrow, and this is where we're starting. And Andhra Pradesh as such, it's a big concept with RTIH. It's going to boom the industry. It is going to help the industry. Definitely, I would believe that every budding entrepreneur can definitely get help from this RTIH. And the whole concept of one family, one entrepreneur, it's not a big, big challenge. It's somewhere we need to start, and this is how we started, under the guidance of Honorable Chief Minister and my Minister Nara Lokesh Garu. So definitely I would like to hear good questions on this, and I'm really hoping that we could answer all of them. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So with that, we can move on to our panel discussion. With the comfort of time that we have, I do have a lot of questions both to both our honorable ministers and the panelists as well. Sir, HMIT sir, I would like to start with you. The one family, one entrepreneur vision is a bold and unheard of vision set by any other state. So on a policy and on-ground execution front, what would this entail?
No, if you look at it, both the MSME minister and the IT minister are sitting next to each other. It's a clear message to the entire ecosystem that we need to work together. While RTIH is incubated, RTIH itself is incubated within the IT ministry, but both MSME ministry also has a very, very large role to play. In terms of policy frameworks, and there's already the policies are out there for everyone to now look at and then also apply for funding, for handholding and so on and so forth. But what makes it really exciting is the way the team has put the entire life cycle together. So, from your spark, which is the idea discovery, to going all the way to future founders and the catalyst for the early validation, velocity labs for the acceleration. And then, of course, once you go for mass production, then comes MSME, and then once his job is done, that is, once you're in your next orbit, then the industries minister comes into play. But what's really exciting and what's very important for us is to look at how do we create a mechanism where entrepreneurs on the dais, funders like Satish can come in and identify companies that they want to nurture a lot quicker. Because honestly, currently we are not in the ecosystem of in the startup ecosystem. We don't figure out in that trajectory or in that orbit. And I was talking to Rajesh just before we got here, and we were discussing about, in neighboring states, if you're looking at 10 companies, I'm sure I'll find one company to invest in. Whilst in Andhra, we might have to look at a lot more number of companies. You have to evaluate a lot more because the ecosystem is yet to mature. And that's where I believe RTIH and we as a government have a much larger role to play to ensure that the platform is robust and companies can now do well. Thank you.